Hello, our online family, compliments of the season. Thank you for joining us in another exciting section of Law with Phil. Today we'll be looking at a topic which is handling unequal division of labor in marriage. My name is Happiness Martins. Here with me in the studio is Mrs. Phil Adediji. Welcome, ma.
Good evening, my sister.
Compliments of the season.
I wish you the same, ma.
Okay, ma. Before we dive into the topic, I want to just share an experience while I was growing up.
Okay.
As a kid, I had were 6 siblings, 3 boys and 3 girls.
Okay.
Oftentimes, my brothers will always say this certain chores is for women and this certain chore is for men. For instance, they will say washing of plate is for women and fetching of water is for men. So if there are plates to be washed and there is no female on ground, the plates will be there. And my mom sort of left it that way till we grew up. So how can this be a deciding factor in marriage? Supposing these siblings of mine, they grew up and they get married, how can they handle the pressure of chores and caregiving in the marriage?
Okay. You see, this particular topic is it's something that is not just peculiar to you. It's something that is, let me say, it's an issue, in family generally, where people don't really know how to handle gender, issues. You understand? Some people still raise children based on what they know, what they know, how they were raised, the cliche and everything that they grew up with and all that. But sincerely speaking, that is now outdated. Let me put it that way. Because in raising genders, now you have to make sure you raise them the same way. Equally. You just have to pass the right knowledge to every one of them. Not only you have listened to a young boy that he came to my house and he saw daddy changing pampers for my young boy, and he said, no, boys don't change pampers. And I just said, come here. Where do you get that notion from? Says who? That in this house, everybody, we all do everything. So there's nothing like boys. I don't even have girl child, so you understand? So, but even if I have, you have to be able to pass the right knowledge to all of them equally. And that's why, I kept on telling women, this generation, mothers and all that, to tell them that they can do better, especially in raising these young ones. They can do better. That's why you see most people in marriage, they have everything, but they don't have their husband. In what sense? When anything that has to do with kitchen, then they don't want to have anything to do with it. As far as I've given you money, you can undo everything. When it comes to chores and family, it's beyond money. It's beyond your supply as a man. So the era of a man sitting in the sitting room and reading a newspaper is gone. That era is not going to come back. That's just the truth, except you want to kill your wife. And the truth of the matter is that somebody might tell me and say, forget it, everything I need to do, as far as I've made them available, I can give my wife how many housemaid and the rest. Somebody gave birth to those housemaids too. Okay? So I believe that this era and this period that we have, you just have to make sure you work, especially on male child now. I've been singing these things. See, our the children, they need more focus because we have empowered the women too much. We've empowered them too much. You see that even if you didn't train your girl child in some certain way, they grow into it. How do I put it now? It's something that is they reflect it. Okay, it's something that is part of them. It's an it just come, it's an inbuilt. Right. It's something that is part of them. So anywhere you put them, they can walk around things, and that's why now we are in the era of working on our boys. You see husband in the house, they don't want to be useful for that much. They just believe that anything I make available, there is somebody there that can make things happen. And that's why you see generation of guys that even want women to go out there, work and bring in the money. Okay, they watch you, they look at you, what can this one offer? before now, we used to
Yes,
think
the
of
generation has actually changed.
change,
Before, men were providers, but now they want it 50-50.
50
I'm bringing,
50.
she's bringing.
Exactly. So now you see men that will look at you, they are looking at you, is not that can this lady take care of my children? Can this lady be a wife indeed?
On the
That is
career.
not what they are looking at. Oh. They are looking at, okay, can this lady work? Where are you working?
Yes.
What's your earning? How can they grade what you will bring? When you are listening to a man saying, what are you bringing to the table? They are not saying your character, your whatever. They are looking at financial, what can you bring and all that. So parents can do better. We can do better in raising these children. I talk to people. Okay, there was a time I was reading a book, and in that book, the woman, the writer, she said she visited a family, and when she got there, she saw the mother now overworking, and she was in the boys' room, trying to lay the bed, trying to do this, trying to do that, and in the course of this, that she just entered and she was asking her, "What are you doing?" And I say, I'm trying to, make things, I'm trying to arrange the boys' room. And he said, wow, you will give the wife work in the future. And that's what is happening. That is exactly what is happening.
Because they will expect their wives to do
everything. So you see a woman now, a young girl that is married, overwork, you are loaded with work at work. You come back home, you still have a husband who is at home, not ready to work, and will now keep the load of, the junk of the work for you. Immediately you are entering the house, you are going into the work. So the work, your job is not the only thing that is draining your house. Even at home, you are drained out. You are emotionally, you are not balanced. So parents, I will talk more, to the mothers. Don't do that to any of your boy child. Raise them to be responsible. Raise them to be accountable. Raise them as a man, a provider, somebody that can always beat their chest and say, I want to give my wife peace. That is what any woman, that is what we deserve. We deserve peace. And that peace won't come because you build us a mansion. You should be our peace.
Okay, so talking about mothers empowering their male children, it sort of rubs off on the child when they grow up and then when they get married.
Okay.
Many years ago, I was speaking to a senior friend and I told her, she asked me how was marriage, and I was like, okay, marriage is going on well. My husband used to help me to do something. And immediately she corrected me that he's not helping you, because raising up a child, taking care of a family is supposed to be 50-50. It's not supposed to be all burden on the woman. So she had to correct me at that point. And then I thought about it and I really agreed with what she said. Because oftentimes as wives, we just feel like our husbands are helping us. But we are into a partnership. We're supposed to be working together to do the chores. We're supposed to work together to raise these children. It's not supposed to just be our responsibilities as mothers. Before, you will hear parents say, if a child behaves badly, you will say it's the mother's child, right? But then men should take full responsibility in taking up their affairs, be part of the training of the child. It's gone are the days where training of children are being left to just the wives and the mothers, but it should also be part of the man's responsibility. So what do you have to say about that?
Okay, like what you making reference now to what your sister or your friend says, it's true. Okay, I remember before we got married, we got talking, and that's why I usually tell people, make sure you discuss everything. Okay, before we got married, I told him, I said, see, I love doing every other thing. I said, but when it comes to laundry, it's something I'm not really good with, staying and washing and all that. But every other thing I'm comfortable. And he told me, he said, number one, it's my house and it's my clothes. So if that is the issue, you have no issue at all. So why are you seeing issue out of that? Okay, so why am I bringing that in is that don't see whatever that how you are running your family as one person thing. It's our thing. So once you can see it that way, that this is not one person thing, then every other thing will be easy. So your husband is not helping you either by washing in the kitchen, washing the plates, doing every other thing. Once in a while, cooking is not helping. It's only doing what is required, what is meant to do. So as a man, whatever you do in that marriage, you are not helping your partner. You're not. You're only doing your quota. You're only contributing something. You are being useful. So you're not only meant to be a provider. In any way you can help, you still go ahead and do it. There are days I just feel, maybe I just want to feel lazy or something, and daddy will notice it. What will he do? Don't worry, just rest. He enter the kitchen and cook. He cooks. So now it's not something I have to struggle with by telling my children, my boys, that you need to learn how to cook. They are seeing him doing it. Even sometimes Michael will tell mommy, I prefer daddy cooking our Indomie.
Wow.
Do you understand? I say, okay, yeah, go and tell him. I'm not cooking Indomie. I've resigned cooking Indomie for you people since you prefer your daddy's Indomie. Okay, why will a child say that? Because he has seen daddy do it, and whenever daddy cooks, daddy, that kind of thing, because they are seeing him doing it. And it's going to be very easy for me now to tell them, see, go to the kitchen and do like that. My first child is 7, and I've started letting him know that whenever you see me in the kitchen, stay there with me. So now he's even anxious, he's eager, and he's like, mommy, when will I start cooking it? When will I start doing this? Just calm down. But anytime you see me in the kitchen, just
the consciousness is
already there. So whatever your partner, your husband is doing for you, it's natural, it's expected, it's needed. So don't see it as is helping me. And as a man too, because I've listened to most, things like that a man will say, it's not your fault, it's because I'm helping you, it's because I'm doing what I'm not supposed to do. There is absolute nothing you are doing in your home that you are not meant to do. Okay? Absolute nothing. So I will also put this to the women. Don't take advantage. Because when it comes to women, we can actually take things too far. Okay? You now begin to replace honor because you are seeing him too much. And that's why you see some men, they will say, this woman is seeing too much, is seeing me too much, see finish. I think I need to create scarcity. So don't push your man to that point where they now begin to think it's because you are seeing me too much. Okay? So if he's doing it, don't see it as a right. Don't treat it like he doesn't have a choice. We have men who will never go near kitchen. So if you have one that is not seeing anything there in going into the kitchen, then appreciate it. I'm not saying worship. I'm not saying make it as if he's doing something extra, but at least appreciate it. Acknowledge the fact that he's doing it. Okay? And I was talking to somebody and the person said, hey, my husband will never go to the market. The person saw I and daddy in the market, were just trying to, buy things. And he said, wow, hey, my husband will never go to the market. And this, I said, comparison kills things. Don't compare. Have you been giving him reason why he can go to the market? You have most women that when it comes to, husband going to the market, they have issue. Do you know why? Because that's little something they will be able to keep aside. And do you know the funniest thing? There was a time daddy said, you are weird. You are a weird human being. I said, how am I weird? Like, how? I said, because you are so comfortable. Anytime, any small opportunity you have for me to go to the market, you will just be joyous. I said, yes. Because number one, the stress of me going to the market and pricing this one, pricing that one, I've already written the list, you have given me money on getting there and meeting something else. You are relieving me of those stress. How much do you want to give me that now I want to cut something out of it? The one you are even giving me, say, God help me that it will be enough for me to buy. So I now start stressing myself on how to cut one aside. I don't have time for that. So women, make it easy for the men to go to the market. Because some women still want to keep some things. I've seen somebody online that was rejoicing that thank God it's Christmas period. Thank God it's Christmas period. This is the season I cash out. And I begin to think about it. Maybe I'm weird, but I begin to think about it. Like, you should be working with your husband in making whatever is bringing enough. So meaning that whatever list you are giving to your husband, that is not the original list. And permit me to bring this in. When you're talking about righteous woman, this is not how they play it. Do you understand? As a righteous woman, as a woman that God has given a home, you are not meant to start looking for a way to, because I see that as cheating. You are cheating him. It's
And
not
you're
until
cheating yourself because two of you are one.
are one. So instead, for me, I prefer coming to you and saying, sir, I need this. If your capacity carry, give me. Because I'm praying that even me, I will be a blessing. So if you're not, there was a time I say, see, if my husband is not giving me, he's cheating himself. If you are not blessing me, you are not giving me, you are only cheating yourself. Because even if I'm opening my mouth to pray for you, there is a spirit within me. Can my spirit bless you? Can my spirit pray for you? Do you understand what I'm saying now? So you are cheating yourself if you are not blessing your wife. Just put it at that. No husband deserve you going to hell for. I've always been saying this thing. When we first got married, I told my wife, see, I cannot because of you go to hell. Because it will be on my account. So don't say because my husband doesn't give me money, I'm doing this, and because of that you are doing some, it's on your account. It's not on marriage account, and it's not on your husband's account. So that is we just devour on that. But my point is that make sure you make it easy for your husband as well to be able to do some certain things. You can easily just say, you are out there, please write the list. And if he said he will not be chance to do that, don't pick offense. And if you can't, send him the list, let him do it. So anybody can do anything in the family. Don't kill your wife. And when it comes to chores, make sure where you cannot be available, don't kill your wife by saying, I know we don't need help in this family. She needs help. So if your sister cannot come and stay to render assistance and you cannot get help outside, then be available. Because our hand is full. Now imagine a career woman, somebody who is having a career, and you have to also raise good, bring up your children in the right way. How will you combine both? No help anywhere. The husband is not available, only for him to come back and eat. No, nothing. But they just believe that the children have to turn out well. So where you need to get an assistant, the person doesn't have to stay with you. It can be somebody that is coming and going. So, but make sure there is help available in the house. So that's the point.
Wow, that was really, really insightful. Thank you, ma'am, for that section. We'll be continuing this topic. Please do well to give your comments, and then we'll be addressing more of that in our next section. Thank you, ma, and thank you for watching.
Have a lovely day. God bless you.